Elon Musk just spilled the tea, and it's piping hot. Republicans are finally admitting what we've all suspected for years: they're coming for your Social Security. But don't worry, we're breaking it all down for you today. Before we dive in, let me know in the comments, do you think billionaires like Elon Musk should pay more into Social Security? Let's get this debate started.
I mean, the government's one big pyramid scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so, well, people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately, but the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying with you're paying like if you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue. Far. Have you ever looked at the debt clock?
Yes.
Okay. There's our present day debt, but then there's our future obligations. So when you look at the future obligations of Social Security, the actual national debt is like double what people think it is because of the future obligations. So basically people are living way longer than expected. And there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments. So the future obligations. So however bad the financial situation is right now for the federal government, it will be much worse in the future.
Elon Musk recently let the cat out of the bag. Republicans are no longer pretending to protect Social Security. They're openly admitting they want to cut it. Shocking? Not really. Disgusting? Absolutely. It's like watching a villain reveal their evil plan in a movie. Except this time, it's real life, and it's your retirement on the line. Bernie Sanders didn't hold back, calling out Elon for pushing a lie.
Security, and you raised Elon Musk, Senator, so let me follow up with you on this very point, because he's made some very pointed comments about Social Security. I referenced it earlier in the broadcast. This was to Joe Rogan. I'd like you to hear it and get your reaction on the other side. Take a look.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time. Basically, people are living way longer than expected. And there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments. So the future obligations. So however bad the financial situation is right now for the federal government, it will be much worse in the future.
Senator, President Trump says he's not going to touch Social Security. Elon Musk calls it a Ponzi scheme. Do you agree?
No, I think what Musk, the wealthiest guy in the world, just said is totally outrageous. That's a hell of a Ponzi scheme when for the last 80 years, Social Security has paid out every nickel owed to every eligible American. Quite a Ponzi scheme. What is in fact a problem is that if we don't make reforms and improve the funding mechanism, in the next 9 years, the Social Security Trust Fund, which provides about 20% of the funding, will go broke. So what we have got to do, and I think most Americans agree, and I've just introduced legislation to do that, is you lift the cap on taxable income. Right now, Musk, worth $400 billion, contributes the same amount into the Social Security Trust Fund as somebody making $170 million. You lift that cap, we can extend the solvency of Social Security for 75 years, and you can raise benefits. Kristen, right now in America, half of elderly people are trying to get by on $30,000 a year, 22% on $15,000 a year. We've got to raise Social Security benefits. We've got to expand Medicare to include hearing, dental, and vision, not go after these programs which are so important to millions of our seniors.
He pointed out that billionaires like Musk should pay more into Social Security instead of teachers and firefighters, truck drivers footing the bill. But hey, why should Elon and Trump care? They too busy buying meme coins and launching rockets to worry about your grandma's retirement. This isn't about efficiency or cutting waste, it's about transferring wealth from the working class to the ultra-rich. Elon's so-called government efficiency plan? More like let's make billionaires richer 101. T's not a budget plan, it's a heist.
The reality is they're headed towards bankruptcy. In just a few number of years, Social Security goes belly up. So does Medicare, Medicaid, all of these big spending programs, because we're drowning in debt. And so we've got to think about long-term reforms to those programs.
One last question.
Go ahead.
Entitlements ever be on your plate?
At some point they will be. We have tremendous growth. We're going to have tremendous growth. This next year, it'll be toward the end of the year. The growth is going to be incredible. And at the right time, we will take a look at that. You know, that's actually the easiest of all things, if you look.
Cut something in entitlements. You'll never really deal with the debt.
We'll be cutting, but we're also going to have growth like you've never had before.
You changed your outlook on how to handle entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, Mr. President. It seems like something has to be done, or else we're going to be stuck at 120% of debt to GDP forever.
So first of all, there is a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting.
Paper breath, anyone? The end game? Slashing Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Trump's already tried it before, and now, with Republicans in control, they're doubling down. It's not a secret plan, it's a full-blown attack on working Americans. Let's pause for a second. What do you think about all this? Drop a comment below. Should billionaires pay more taxes to protect Social Security, or should we just let Elon buy another rocket instead? First, they went after programs feeding hungry kids. Your voice matters, so let's hear it. Then, they targeted agencies helping consumers recover stolen funds. The bigger picture: this isn't just about politics, it's about your future. Social Security isn't a handout. It's something you've paid into your entire working life. Now, they're coming for healthcare, veterans, and even workplace safety. Your Netflix subscription, cutting it is like stealing from your own piggy bank. Oh wait, that's already too expensive. If you're not mad yet, you're not paying attention. At this rate, they'll be cutting oxygen next. And let's be real, if Elon Musk can afford to buy Twitter, he can afford to chip in a little more for your grandma's retirement. The good news? People are fighting back. Protests and town halls are happening across the country, and Republicans are feeling the heat. So, don't sit this one out. Get organized, speak up, and make your voice heard. Silence is consent, and we're not consenting to this nonsense. Independent media is more important than ever, especially when billionaires and politicians are trying to silence critical voices. Don't let Elon Musk control your newsfeed. Let's stick it to the man together. Remember, future generations are counting on us to protect the programs that keep Americans safe and secure. So, let's hold the line and fight back against this robber baron administration. The rich get richer, but we're not going down without a fight. If you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell.